Brittany, and this is week 3 of our wine and yoga. So I'm here literally in the heart of production at Tolosa Winery, and they're still working away, making lots of wine for us. You might hear a little beep here and there, but we'll mitigate that with wine and stretching. So this entire class, you're just going to find a comfortable setting. You don't even need a yoga mat, just a blanket, and what is this? 2x5 space and a glass of wine. So I have the pure Chardonnay, and so this is a blend. So there's a little bit of time in the oak barrels and a little bit of time in the stainless steel. So it's nice for easy drinking is what I call it. So you may get through 1 or 2 glasses of this while we start to just move your body in a very gentle way. So before we get started, we will just take a sip and a cheers just to movement and self-care. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's great. So beginning in a comfortable seat, whatever's comfortable. If you find that in a cross-legged position, your hip flexors, the front of your hip bones are still kind of like turned on, you want them to soften as much as possible. So you may prop yourself up on a pillow or roll up your blanket. So once you found your seat, close your eyes, place your palms down on top of your knees. We'll take a couple of cleansing breaths together. Empty out your lungs to prepare. Take a nice long breath in through your nose. Great sound here. Open your mouth and sigh it out. 2 more like that. Breathe in all the collective energy of your week so far. And then open your mouth and go into the past. This last time even slower. Really working simultaneously with your nervous system, bringing it down a notch or 7. When you're ready, open mouth, exhale. Seal your lips and just begin to breathe in and out of your nose. It's so interesting how easy we forget that our breath changes the way that we feel. So just notice how good it feels to take a couple deep breaths. On your next inhale, open your eyes, reach your arms all the way up over your head. As you exhale, lower your palms in front of your chest. We'll do that 2 more times, just increasing range of motion in your shoulders. Inhale to take your arms up. Through your nose, exhale, hands in front of your chest. One last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands in front of your chest. This time, keep your palms together, reach your hands up over your head. Take your left hand down alongside you with your fingertips facing the side of your room, and just begin to bend your elbows, you reach your right arm up and over. On your next inhale, reach your left arm back up to meet the right. Switch, lower your right arm, bend your arm as much as you need to, and just check in with the mobility of your neck. So you can look down, forward, or up. Your next inhale, reach your right arm up to meet the left. Bring your palms together and lower your hands in front of your chest. So we'll start in a straddle, and some days our straddle might be a very narrow V, some days it might be a wide V. So what we're trying to do here today is really combat the muscles that start to seize when we sit for too long. So lots of side body stretching. So begin by taking your left hand alongside the right side of your thigh. Reach your right arm up and over. And if this feels like too much, too early, you can come back to that cross-legged position. Inhale to come all the way back up. This time, square your shoulders up as much as you can over your left leg. Keep your right sit bone as heavy as possible and begin to lower your torso down. So it doesn't matter whether or not your torso touches your legs or your hands reach for your feet. What you're trying to feel is a stretch right here on the right side of your low back. So to do that, either grabbing onto your foot or using something to really lasso it around your foot, flex your foot so the top of your thigh is engaged. Hug your elbows in towards your shin. Think about creating space, extension in your spine. So using your strong biceps, pull the crown of your head up. And as you exhale, lower down. Take one more cycle of breath, doing just that. It's an active stretch, nice and effective for your hamstring, your calf. Use your next inhale again, working range of motion in your shoulders. Take your arms up overhead. Side body stretch to your right. Take your right pinky finger on your inner thigh and reach up and over. As you inhale, bring your right arm back up, square your shoulders up over your thigh. Think about keeping your spine as long as possible as you hinge forward. You feel a stopping point. The moment your left sit bone wants to lift up, that's where you stop. Lower your palms down towards your leg. Think about engaging the muscles in your chest as you pull your elbows in. Engage the front of your right thigh and start to lower down. Take another cycle of breath right here. As you inhale, cartwheel your arms all the way back up. Bring your hands to your chest. Let's take a sip of wine. So I think there's a common misconception as to what is yoga. Yoga, the translation is just a connection of your body and your mind. So that connection can be just sitting on your living room floor with a glass of wine. Thank goodness. All right, let's move on. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Keep your spine long. Start to hinge your body weight forward. So we're creating a 90-degree bend, if possible, in your wrists. So just stretching the tops of your hands. Take another cycle of breath. We're looking to engage these muscles here so that we can stretch them. And begin to lift yourself back up. Take your right palm, flip it so your palm faces your armpit. Your left hand is here to maximize or minimize the weight here. So bring as much of the top of your hand down onto the mat. If that feels like a lot, just closing your eyes, breathe into it. If you'd like a little bit more sensation, spin your bicep forward towards your screen. Maybe curl your fingertips in towards your wrist. So this is pretty intense if you don't generally stretch your wrist, but this is a great thing to do, especially if you're on a computer or phone all day. And we'll switch sides. So now your right hand here is to take some weight out if you need to. Flip your left hand up. So a nice generous bend will be less of a stretch. Straighten your arm will be more. So just kind of listening to what your body needs today. And then coming back out. So feel the heaviness of your sit bones on your mat. Really open up your chest by rolling your shoulders back and down. We're just taking the inventory of your low back. So start to tiptoe your fingertips forward and you might pause. If that feels good, you can come onto your forearms. If your toes start to cave inward, flex your feet and lift your toes up. And we'll take another cycle of breath here. Sip of wine if you're feeling it. And then nice and slow, bring yourself all the way back up. Grab the outside of your thighs, bring your knees together. You'll spin around to face the right side of your room in a tabletop pose. Making sure that your hands are shoulder width apart, your knees are directly underneath your hip bone. Tuck your right toes under, stretch your left heel long. We'll create a little rocking sensation. Come all the way forward on your tippy toes, and then press your heel back. Do that 2 more times, all the way forward on your tippy toes. Press your heel back. And then come back to neutral. Switch sides. Extend the opposite leg long. Notice if you start to round your back, mitigate that by really pressing the floor away. Feel your chest muscles engage like you're going to do a push-up, but we won't. Push your heel back, and then bring it forward. Enjoying this movement. It's amazing how these tiny little things can really help longevity in our body and just overall feel good. Find some stillness, come back to your tabletop pose. Okay, take your left arm forward, tuck your left toes under, extend your right leg long. Just building a little bit of heat here. Take a big breath in, pull your low belly in. As you exhale, pull your elbow in towards your knee, point your toe, and round your elbow back. Do that again. Inhale to reach long. Exhale to pull it in. There's only one more, I promise. Inhale to reach long. Exhale, pull it in. Keep your right knee in. Replace your left hand. Step your foot in between your hands. Place your hands on top of your thigh. And take your arms up overhead. Squeeze your knees in towards one another. So literally your right leg's pulling back, left leg forward. You want to engage these muscles so we can stretch them more later. Bring your palms together. Pull your head back behind your arms and shift your gaze up. This feels great. You can stay here if you want more of a hip stretch. Driving your knee forward. Stretching the top of your foot, the front of your left hip. And as you inhale, bring yourself back upright if you're back bending. Bring your hands in front of your right foot. Kick your foot straight forward. Starting with your hip over your knee, fire up the front of your thigh. Press through your fingers and try and bear some body weight here. So you're strengthening your wrists. As you exhale, bend your elbows. Lower your long spine towards your leg. Do that again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to lower down. One more time, inhale, lift up. Exhale to lower, stay an entire breath cycle, really slowing down your breath. Bring yourself back upright. Bend your right foot so it's underneath your heel. Take your hands on top of your thighs. Now that we've engaged this quadricep, it wants to stretch. Kick your heel up. Woo! Too much fun. Kick your heel up, grab the inside edge of your foot. Your arm is here to embrace your thigh. Kick your heel in, turn. Twisting, so good for the spine. Nice and slow. Back to a tabletop. Pull those hands under your shoulders. Step your right foot back to meet the left. This time, kick your left leg rather long. Right arm forward. Take a full breath in. Flex your feet. Spread your fingers. There's just 3 of these. Exhale, elbow towards your knee. Inhale, flex your foot, reach long. Think about stretching your upper back as you round it up towards your ceiling. One more time, inhale, reach long. Exhale to pull it in. Replace your right hand, step your foot in between your hands. Inhale, a low crescent pose. Take your arms up. Engage, 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 squeezing everything in. You want to feel the energy from your pelvis move in and up. And then option here to take a back bend. If you're back bending, use your inhale to bring your spine back upright. Exhale into your half splits. Straighten your leg forward, flex your foot. Use the inhale to strengthen your wrist. Bear some weight in your hands. Exhale to lower down. Breathing in and out through your nose. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower down. One last time. Inhale, lift. Keep your chest open and lower down. Stay an extra cycle of breath right here. Dropping your left toes down, take your hands on top of your thigh. Take your opposite heel in, grab the inside arch of your foot and twist. All right, lowering back down, find your tabletop pose. This time, tuck your toes under, and then lower the weight of your pelvis on top of your feet. I'm going to turn around so I can face you. So you want the sensation in your feet to be, I like to call it like a comfortable discomfort. So enough discomfort to keep you present, to keep you breathing so you know that you're doing something. And if you notice your breath starting to increase in its cadence, and that's your body telling you that you've met your threshold for the day. So while we're here, weight is in your heels. I'll just give you a distraction. We're stretching the connective tissue in your feet. So remember, you're looking for your threshold, staying here. If it becomes too uncomfortable, you can untuck your toes and sit the weight of your hips right on the top of your feet. If it's still feeling pretty good, keep them tucked. Use your inhale to reach your arms nice and tall. Bend your right elbow. Glide your hand down your back. Press your head into your forearm. So oftentimes we get here and our body wants to mitigate a back bend, right? Pulling your belly in. Press your head into your forearm. Just play with the idea of reaching your left hand either down or behind you. So stretching the top of your left shoulder, your upper trapezius muscles. Continuously pressing your head into your forearm. Use your inhale to reach your arms back up overhead. Exhale to bend your left elbow. Enjoy the stretch first. Re-engage your belly, manage the back bend. And staying here, really good to stretch the top of your shoulders just by reaching down or take a half bind. Your palm will face away from your back, top of your hand, rest in between your shoulder blades, press your head into your forearm. And release. If you're still with me with your toes tucked, find a tabletop pose and just bring some blood flow back to your feet. So we intentionally restrict the blood flow so we can bring it back fresh. All right, so this time, sitting on the tops of your feet. We're bringing your feet into the opposing stretch that we're just in. Reach your arms out wide. Eagle bind your arms. Take your right arm underneath your left. You'll intertwine your biceps, your forearms, palms together. Lift your fingers up and try and balance your gaze right in between your hands. Start to lift your elbows up. So maybe your gaze is right at your forearms, maybe your elbows. If it feels good in your body, first engage your belly to protect your spine and begin to reach way back. If you're back bending, bring yourself back upright. Then pull your forearms forward towards your screen and then down. So now around in your spine, tuck your chin towards your chest. Maybe your pinky fingers rest on your thighs or on the floor. And then bring yourself back out, shake it out. Intense, yeah? So before we hit round 2, let's take a sip of wine. It's a big wine day at WOGA. All right, continue sitting right on the tops of your feet. Arms out wide, eagle bind. This time left arm comes under. If your body tells you that this is too much, you can really get a nice stretch just by reaching your fingers behind your back. Otherwise, find the spine. Bring your wrists in alignment with your forearms. We want to avoid this. Pull your belly in. Anytime you're back bending, it's important to keep your belly engaged. And then begin to look up and back. Bring yourself back upright. Round your shoulders forward. Take your belly or your elbows towards your belly button. Take your fingertips towards the floor. And then bring yourself back upright and shake it out. So if you felt that a lot in the tops of your shoulders, it's because we live like this all day long. And then our body gets so used to it that we literally, just to breathe, we're shrugging our shoulders up. And it's just the way that our body is managing stress, and it becomes so habitual that we start to live like this. So that's an amazing stretch to do, to stretch the tops of your shoulders. So without further ado, meet me on your back. Sip of wine if you need it. Sit bones right in the center of your mat, or your towel, or your living room floor. Roll. Taking a bridge pose, engage the muscles in your belly like we did earlier. Take an inhale. Exhale, bridge pose. You can lift your hips up just a little bit. If your body gives you the invitation, you can lift them up even more. Engaging the muscles on the back of your legs, on your glutes, and most importantly, on your belly. Start to stretch your chest. Walk your hands in towards one another. Flip your palms to face each other. Interlace your fingers. And then press your elbows, your pinky fingers down, and then just keep walking your knuckles down towards your heels. I'll give you an option here to add on, only if it feels good. Otherwise, you're staying right here. Walk your legs over to the right side of your mat. And start to lower your hips. There's a pressure point right in your elbow that we're stimulating. Let's take another cycle of breath here. Really good for tennis elbow. On your next inhale, lift your hips back up. Take this slow. At any point, your low back or your body gives you feedback. I gotta watch out for my wine. Don't do it. Otherwise, if it feels good, bring a little bit of weight on the top of your elbow. And then bring yourself all the way back up. Release the bind of your hands. Think about pointing your tailbone up in between your knees and then lay your spine down really slow. So there are so many nerve endings in your spine. And the more that they are nourished, the more efficient your body will be. Pick your legs back up into this reverse tabletop. And this time, swing your hands up over your head. So your legs are at a 90 degrees, your arms are at a 90 degrees. Moving into your twist, lower your knees to your left. So I'll lower my knees towards you. Your gaze can be at your left hand, straight up overhead, or over to the right. And bring all your awareness to your fingertips. Our hands work so hard all day long, right? Cooking and cleaning and doing things on the computer and Instagramming. See if you can soften the muscles of your hands. And let that softness come through your hands, your wrists, your forearms. And then radiating inwards towards your chest. On your next inhale, pick your knees back upright. Use the exhale, lower your knees to your right. So each day our neck is in a different set of circumstances, right? What we did the day before, how well we slept. So just trying it on. If you can turn your gaze with ease, turn it towards your left hand. And muscle memory, reinvite that softness into your hands, your forearms, your shoulders, your chest. As you inhale, bring your knees back upright. Hug your knees in towards your chest. See if you can cross your forearms, grabbing either opposite elbows or maybe opposite pinky toes. And then curling really, really tight. Draw your eyebrows up towards your knees. And then release this grip. Adjust so your hands connect with the back of your hamstrings. And we'll move really, really slow here, bringing blood flow back to your spine. Pick your knees up towards your face, and then roll back forward. Do that a couple times. And eventually we will meet right where we started. Spin yourself around, find your comfortable seat. And sit up nice and tall. Before we close practice, we'll do a breath exercise together. But let's take a sip of wine first. So let's just see what a shift you have created just by showing up today. Drinking wine, stretching your body. So like we did in the very beginning of class, use your inhale to reach your arms up overhead. Lower your left arm. Place your hand down onto the mat. Bend your elbow. Find that side body stretch. And use your inhale to come back up. Switch sides. Lower your right arm. Bend your elbow. So truly, if you spend a lot of time seated, it's something you could do every morning, every night. Maybe not every morning with wine, or maybe, I don't know. It's a pandemic. Take your hands in front of your chest. Let's take a cleansing breath. Empty out your lungs. Take a full breath in through your nose. This time like you're blowing out a birthday cake through pursed lips, exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Place your hands on the top of your thighs. Just noticing the difference with your palms facing up. It's pretty crazy how physiology changes just in the shapes we put our bodies in. So palms facing up will be more energizing. Palms facing down will be an opportunity to ground and connect. So determine which one serves you the best today. We'll close with a breath exercise. It's called 4-7-8 breath. So inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. If you were to do this breath exercise 10 minutes a day, twice a day, it's proven to be more effective than anti-anxiety drugs. It's a really powerful, simple, accessible thing to do. So empty out your lungs to prepare. I'll count through the first couple. Once your lungs are empty, inhale for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5. Take it slow. 3, 2, 1. Do that one more time. Inhale for 4, 2, 1. Hold for 7, 3, 2, 1. Take it slow. Let go of one molecule of air at a time. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just doing one on your own. Then bring your palms together in front of your chest. Take the outside corners of your mouth up towards the outside corners of your eyes. So another physiological shift just in the way that you move your body, the shape of a smile. Before we give a toast, bow forward, just honoring your body. Honoring your willingness to gift yourself today 30 minutes of movement, 30 minutes of wine. Namaste. Thank you guys, and we'll close today with a toast. So cheers to Tolosa for giving us this opportunity today, and cheers to whoever it was many years ago that came up with these movements of yoga. I hope you feel so much different in your body, and I invite you to practice this as many times as you need in the day.